So, one of the things that we'll be discussing in this Vivek Compass courses is about the 8 hours. Now, this is obviously something very common that we do. One of the simplest things that we do is we recycle our bags, polythene bags, we recycle our small tins and cans and all these kind of things. But this course will be intricately, I mean, intensely designed to recycle, to reduce, to repurpose, to to regift and all these kind of things. Some ways of doing it is known by us, but the others are very how do I say it, crude ways of doing it, or we are not aware of it, or we are not able to find the tools to do it. So this course will be covering a lot of these factors that we are hindering and reducing our waste. Indirectly, it goes to the landfills, and it's going to mess up everything at the end of the day. So this course is basically a short course. It will be from like 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. On Sundays. It will start on the 15th, so we'll start with the 8 hours on the 15th of Jan, and then the next course, covering all these things of rainwater harvesting and how we need to get the maximum out of every drop of water that we can. We talked about in the home gardening thing about gray water recycling and all these small details that we need to do to conserve water. Something simple as wastage of water through your flush tanks. There is a small seepage and you don't even know it, and there are gallons and gallons going into the drain every night. So how do you fix that? Very, very small things that we do in the household that we need to do actually, and we need to repair it and conserve the water. So very important course again, 5th of Feb. That's for the 5th of Feb. After that, the next Sunday following that, that will be the tools day. Most of the things that we have in our toolbox are known to us, but the way to use them properly. For example, which is the better, the stars screw or the flat screw? Uh, its purpose depends on the purpose, right? So, which is better, the fine thread or the rough thread? Where do you use fine thread? Where do you use rough thread? Like rough thread is used in wood and fine thread is used in metal equipments or in joining metal stuff. So a lot of good details. I'm personally involved with tools since, I don't know, maybe 20-25 years ago. I always used to open up things, and I used to have my own toolkit as from a small age. And the cute part is that when my father-in-law was supposed to give me some Dahej, I asked for a power drill, and that is a very cute thing I did. Everybody gets, you know, lightened up after hearing that and start laughing. "अरे क्या दहेज में मांग लिया तुमने? toolkit मांग लिया." So yes, this is one of the cute and funny things that I did, but it was very important to me, so I did that. How to use them safely? You do the tools work. Most of the injuries happen by using tools, especially power tools. I mean, God knows what would happen if we are not safe with them. We can use a finger or even a limb. Sometimes we can cut sever a nerve, and that can permanently damage the movement of your hand or a finger. So these are the some things we will connect and we will learn about. These courses are actually designed for adults and children alike, but I'm assuming that you will bring a child to this course who is at least 10 to 12 years old, so that they have this basic dexterity of holding the things and understanding the technical part of all the lectures that I'll be holding. So Vivek Compass courses, that's the design and that's the name of this courses. It's designed for people who are actually thinking a new way of connecting with the earth. I mean, and empowering you in a way and giving you entrepreneurship skills so that you can have your piece of cake, in this new and daring era of digital age. And you will also have a good time learning the basics of all these tools that we will cover. The tools kit day will be the one which will be held on 12th of Feb. That's where we're going to do the tools thing. After that, we'll be doing the cycles of nature. Now, this course, let me just give you the date. This will be on the 19th of Feb, the cycles of nature, how everything is a cycle, the carbon cycle, the nitrogen cycle, the cycle of the air, the how the convectional currents affect, the way the wind flows and how you get the air flowing, and what is how the moon cycles and how the sun cycles, and all these kind of things that are very important and very crucial to our biosphere. If you can see here, the biosphere is a combination of the atmosphere as well as the earth and the water. So all this combined together to form the biosphere, and the biosphere is a place where we are existing and where we are living right now. So we have a little bit of air, we have a little bit of earth that we stand on, we have water supplies and water pipe to our homes. So that's what's called a biosphere. So this in itself is a circle, and we need to know all these circles. The atmosphere has its own cycles, the lithosphere, the earth has its own cycles, and the water has its own cycles. So all the cycles will be discussed, and how intricately they work together, that's the most important part, it will be discussed also. And the biosphere, obviously, how we need to take care of it all. As the intelligent species of the planet, the so-called intelligent, it's our greatest ambition to become successful, but we need to redefine what's the meaning of true success. If it's not the prosperity of all, then it is not success. It is just a plain greed in existence, if you ask me. So success is basically the success of all, and it involves all this elemental forms of the earth as well as the plants as in animals. So cycles of nature is on the 19th of Feb. Yeah. And the 26th of Feb, the artificial intelligence. How is technology going to affect our day-to-day lives, and how it's going to change our way of thinking, how we need to be thinking of making products in the future. Just today morning, I was visiting this conference that I had, and they were discussing about how the artificial intelligence is able to think based on your keywords. So, for example, if you say, I want to write a novel, so the computer listens to you. Okay, it asks for you some specific words, like you want to write a horror novel or a comedy or something like that, and romantic. And then it goes to ask you, give some characters and give a couple of names. Say a scene, maybe there is a house, there are two farms or one farm there, and maybe how many words do you want it in the novel, and the computer will generate you a novel, the computer will generate you a story. There's another artificial intelligence where you just say the words, like for example, paint the sky. So the computer will show you a sky. Now put a small house there. Okay, the computer will put a small house there. No, it should be having slanted roofs, or it should have a flat roof. Okay, the computer will generate that roof. And then you say that make a small car appear inside. It'll make a big car there. It'll just paint the picture for you. The way you say it, that's how it's going to paint it for you. So this is the extent at which artificial intelligence is coming up to. It's like almost like the kalpa vruksha. It's very very scary also if you're not aware of it. But all in all, if you ask me, if you are aware of using these tools, it's very crucial in your lives to learn these tools early on, because this is only going to get more complex and more in detail, and you need to be refined with this kind of knowledge, because this is the new age and new era. You need to be aware of the artificial intelligence. There's no technicality in it. You don't have to be aware of computers as such, but you just need to be aware of the technology and how you can use it in your daily lives. Maybe how you can use it to better your homework, better your any way of presentation, basically. So that's what we're going to be discussing in the role of artificial intelligence. And thereafter, there'll be small courses that we'll be covering. The sun, it's of course is the source of all our energy. In fact, every source of energy that we think of, be it petroleum products to plants to food, and everything that exists on this planet solely exists because of the sun. In fact, the earth is made up of this matter that you see around you, based on millions and millions of star dust particles formed in stars in the past. It's hard to understand. We'll discuss that. How is it possible? But I'll just give you a simple notion how to understand it. When a big giant star, something bigger than the sun, about 100 times bigger than the sun, it goes supernova, as in it starts diminishing its fuel, and it just expands out. First it collapses in, and then it suddenly bursts out. That's when you get the gold atoms formed. So in a supernova explosion, That's how you get the gold atoms formed. And those gold atoms are just floating around. And one day another star is born from those dead decaying matter. And then another star gets formed. Then the planets gets formed. And the planets had that gold dust that was made in that supernova explosion. So the sun is a star, and we'll discuss how and what importance it plays within our lives in every detail. It's going to be again designed or inclined towards all age groups. So kids will get their part, adults will also get their part. There'll be going to be animations in it. There's going to be fun talks, one-to-one interactions, and a lot of group work after the session ends. So this is one other thing that you need to know. It's not just going to be those 2 hours that you spend online with me. It's going to be something like a continual process on evolution. In fact, I'm throwing in something interesting for you as the audience to understand. um, if you sign up for all these courses in one go, I will give you as a discount to continue to talk with me as an entrepreneur, what you need to think about, how you need to upskill yourself, and better your skills, and ask me technical questions if you want. So after even doing the course and you've completed all the courses, so you're sort of ready to have questions asked to me, and I'll be ready to answer you because you have covered all the courses, right? So it's going to be an opportunity for me also to interact with you. I'll be mentoring you around and skilling you up how to be an entrepreneur, and you'll be able to understand what is to be an efficient entrepreneur in this future day and age. Without wasting any more time, I'll just send you the link of this Compass courses. All these courses that we discussed here are actually just going to sharpen the skills that you have already. And competition, as we know it, is there, academics is there, but this I offer, this is what I offer, is experience of over 25 to 30 years of my life, and I'm giving it to you in small digestible doses of 2 hour courses. And thereafter we'll have some small interactions also, as I said, a union of thoughts of all minds, so that we can come together and have a earth which is healing, and also business prospering in the process, and also laws of nature being taken care of, so you obviously don't get the backfire of not thinking of something through. So even the government bodies are making so many mistakes in their every day-to-day decisions. Sometimes GDP is not the only way to calculate a country's worth or a country's progress. In fact, I would say that the GDP is might be increasing, but your pollution levels are also increasing. Your soil is depriving of itself, your water tables are getting polluted. So if it's an increase in GDP, I would rather have a smaller GDP or even a negative GDP, if you ask me. So once again, as I said, it's a course designed for recalibrating ourselves. The logo speaks for itself also. It's Vivek, and it means that we need to be aware of the right, true thing to do. So that's basically the point of these courses. We are doing everything. We are doing academically, proficiently well, but when it comes to doing the right thing, we might not be taught that in schools or colleges even. And that's what I'm trying to depict here. Prosperity, as in everyone wins. That's what prosperity means. And somehow, if the environment suffers, that's no longer a prosperity in my eyes. And I think you get me if you're watching this course. And if you're thinking of doing this course also. So see you guys in the group, and if you are joining, I'll just link up with this video, a small link that you can come up and connect with the WhatsApp group. And I hope to see you guys in these courses and attend it thoroughly. um, if you have any questions, you can ask in the group, and we'll end the session here. Thank you.